Can't believe there's that many of them pumpkins here. Holy crap.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Yeah? You with the orange shirt? You can hear me? All right. So we're gonna start momentarily. As you can see, we got a lot of fruits and veggies and flowers in, and we are just finishing up the final measurements that we have to do, kind of a pre-game thing, and then we'll start the actual process of weighing everything. So it's gonna happen shortly. Very, very excited about the amount of fruits, veggies, and flowers that showed up. In fact, to give you guys a little example, obviously, if you guys are pumpkin growers, you know about the big Stillwater show out in Stillwater, second Saturday in October. That's where we weigh the really big ones. So this is a little plug for that one. We have some there that should be over 2,000 pounds. In fact, a potential at a new world record. We'll get into that later, but a new world record potential coming to Stillwater in just a couple weeks. So if you guys like these pumpkins, definitely head over to Stillwater, second Saturday in October, and we will see if we can't bring the world record back from Italy. They hold it right now. Stefano holds it. He grew a 2,703 pound pumpkin. And like I said, we have the potential in Minnesota here, a Minnesota grower, to possibly beat that world record. So that would be absolutely incredible, and we just can't wait. Second Saturday in October, and we will find out. It is doing amazing. It is a grower that grows right up near the Canadian border, in a greenhouse, obviously, because it's so dang cold up there. But if you guys like these giant pumpkins, we do have another one next Sunday in Anoka, not too far of a drive, so definitely check that out. But what I was going to say was Stillwater's the big show. They usually get between 27 and I think last year 43 pumpkins, so a lot of pumpkins. The second biggest show actually went to Anoka, I think a couple years back, at 17 pumpkins. So what is really cool about this, I haven't added them up, but I think we're over 17. So that would make us the second biggest show to Stillwater, which for me is pretty neat because last year was our first year doing this officially. And what I mean by officially is we are GPC sanctioned, which means GPC, first off, is the Great Pumpkin Commonwealth. They're the governing body for 120 weigh-offs worldwide. From Japan to Germany, the United States, Mexico, you name it, worldwide, the GPC sanctions these events. And what that means is if there are any world records here, Guinness, GPC is basically an arm of Guinness, and they can go into the world record books because the GPC has sanctioned this event, which means there's very strict rules that these pumpkins and other fruits and veggies have to follow. But the GPC, they put on all these events, or they sanction these events. These are all put on by us. Last year was our first year being a GPC event. We had, I think, 13 pumpkins last year, which was pretty cool. I think this year we're gonna probably get over 20. And that would make us the second biggest, only to Stillwater. So phenomenal for second year out. I couldn't be more happy. Thank you to all the growers. Whether you grew a pumpkin or one of these other giant veggies, you know, watermelon, butternut squash, the sunflowers, the field pumpkins, the marrow, the watermelons, the long gourds, the bushel gourds, the giant green squash. I mean, there's a lot of different giants you can grow, and we'll get into that as I go throughout the program. I'll tell you about all of them, trust me. We also have another cool thing today, so start thinking about this. There's a prize for the prettiest pumpkin. I don't know if you guys see the 6-foot trophy over here. Let me grab it. This right here is going to go to the grower that has the prettiest pumpkin. It is a 6-foot trophy. Beautiful trophy. This will go to the grower that has the prettiest pumpkin. And how we determine that is it has to be at least 300 pounds. And you want to have as round as possible. And the color should be a real beautiful orange, if not orange red. And how we'll do it today is every grower will get a ballot, and you will pick your top choice, your next choice, and your third choice. So you'll put 3 different pumpkins on there. Every pumpkin has a label on it. So like this one here says AG11. So if this you thought was the prettiest pumpkin, AG11 you'd put on there. And what we're gonna do is, unlike a lot of weigh-offs that just give 1 cash prize for the top one, we're going to give 3 prizes, top, second, and third. So that's why I want you to put your 3 prettiest choices, first, second, third. That we'll get to later, but I do need every grower at that time. And whether you're a grower of a sunflower, pumpkin, watermelon, long gourd, doesn't matter, we'll have you in the ballot. That way we can pick a winner for this monster. So. All right, we're just wrapping up the measuring. We will start very, very momentarily, probably in about 5 to 10 minutes. If they don't, they are disqualified. So some of the things he's looking for is if there is rot spots on these pumpkins. If you have 2 rot spots or more, the pumpkin's disqualified. If you have 1 rot spot, as long as it's under 3 by 3 inches, that is absolutely, it has to be under 3 by 3 by 3 inches deep, then it is okay. If there's a little hole in the pumpkin, real small, but it goes all the way into the cavity, that is disqualified. So we have to inspect them. They have to pass the inspection. If not, they're just put DQ'd. They will still go into the record books, but they will go in as damaged. So he's finishing that up, and we are going to start with butternut squash. So let's get this show rolling. Let's start with butternut squash. So butternut squash is a relatively new giant to the scene. Just a few years back, I actually got a world record at 55.5 pounds. If you look in the Guinness Book of World Records, 2022, my name is in there for the largest butternut squash ever grown. Now remember, that was 55.5 pounds. We might weigh 1 or 2 today. Well, 1 definitely looks like it's near that 55-pound mark. But the new world record actually might be weighed today. I haven't heard anything yet, but he is bringing it. It's a guy out of Virginia. He's going to brave the hurricane that's hitting there today, and he's going to bring his butternut squash to the Virginia State Fair, and it may be a world record. What's interesting about it is he got the world record 2 weeks ago at 123 pounds, and on the exact same plant, he has a second one that should beat his first world record. Very, very incredible, very potent. All that seed All the lineages of every single world record all go back in the entire world. Every world record that's ever happened, every state record that's ever happened, every province record and country record has all been from my 55.5 seed lineage. So that's pretty cool. It's a very, very good fruit and grows very big butternut squash. Let's start with the first one. All right, what do we got on butternut number 1? All right, 8 pounds. Very nice. I suppose I could figure out who grew this one. It's a very nice little butternut. All right, now we're gonna go to butternut. Owen, yeah, if any of you growers want to come up here and take pictures, we'll call your name. Owen, are you around here? Oh, Levi, are you off getting some cheese? All right. All right, next one we'll go to Owen. If you're out here, Owen, and you want to come up and take a picture, come on down.
Sit. Come here. Sit.
All right, 14 pounds for Owen. Congratulations, right out of Nowthen. Great growth, Owen. £14, we're getting bigger. Of any of these fruits you can grow. 33 pounds. All right. Let's see them get bigger here. All right. Paul and Aaron. Are you guys around here? I know you're here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Come on up. Oh, look at that. They beat me by a pound. Look at that. And you guys have grown butternuts for a couple years now, right? Yeah. What's your personal best? Okay, 55 pounds. This right here is essentially the world record I had just a couple years ago. Good job, man. Good job. Picture with that.
He has a group called Garden of Giants.
55-pound butternut. Man, think of all the souffles you can make with that.
Yes, he teaches at the Minnesota State Fair. Come on.
Is this one yours? Okay. Yeah.
See? Huh.
This is this monster butternut. Oh, Serene.
Is it that guy?
All right, let's see what Serene has. 42 pounds. One of the 8 are marrow. So the 3 here that we're measuring today, weighing, are butternut squash that are not GPC recognized, so there's not a ribbon or a trophy that attaches to it. And then the others are sunflowers. There's 2 types of sunflowers we measure for, but they are not GPC recognized. We do length for tall sunflower, see how tall you can grow it. And we do how big is the head. You know, the bigger the head, the better. So it's we'll see who gets that today, and who will get the little sunflower first place prize. And there are cash prizes on every single fruit today, first, second, and third. If you jump into the pumpkin, we pay out 20 pumpkins deep. All right, we are going to move to watermelon.
Look at some of those watermelons over there. Holy cow.
All right, now watermelon is a fun GPC fruit, a fun fruit to grow. When I first started growing them, I didn't even think they could grow in Minnesota because we're so dang cold up here. And it is true, you're going to find your monster melons in the South. The Deep South grows them big. Record is out of Tennessee at 350 pounds for a watermelon. Absolutely incredible. This one, however, grown by Christine comes in at 14 pounds. You want to come up and picture with it? Where are you? I seen you earlier. You picture? No? Okay. All right. Congratulations. 14 pounds. We got to start somewhere. Let's see if they get bigger. All right. This one, Lydia. I know I seen you earlier. 22 pounds, Lydia. Very nice watermelon. That was bigger than any one I ever could grow before I started growing giant watermelons. Yep. 209? I'm guessing by Paul? No? Oh. Oh, Marty. Yeah, Marty. Awesome. So 209 is the record in Iowa, which the record for Minnesota is actually 227.5 pounds. So I guess we beat out Iowa in something. Oh, we got AGs too, barely. Pete's trying to catch up in that category. Right now, the state record holder and North American record holder for the big pumpkins comes in at 2,560 pounds, and it's actually Travis Ginger right there. He is he's here at the fair today. He has grown the largest pumpkin in all of North America, and he grew it about 5 miles away from here. So pretty impressive that we grow the largest pumpkins in the entire North American, actually the entire Western Hemisphere. All right, now we're getting to some pretty big watermelon. Cass, 132 or 130.5, so gotten very close to a brand new personal best. 98 pounds. Congratulations. We can throw it on there. But as you can see, it is over 2 inches by 2 inches. And that's a shame because it was a late pollination. I got almost up to 90 pounds, 89 pounds on that one, which is good, but my personal best is 183.5. So far off my personal best. I wanted that 2-pound BLT. Guess I'll have to wait till next year. All right, moving up. Let's see if we can get the next one over 2 pounds. Potentially.
It's a really good MC, actually.
Yeah, you're lucky if you ever have like one. That's what I'm saying. You got a nice variety here. That's what I was gonna say. It's warmer than I thought it would be.
All right, the next tomato is Jim. 2.34, got over 2 pounds. Awesome. That's a good late season tomato. So 2.34 pounds is first place. That's the tomato beat. Jim, you want a picture with that? Nope. Okay. What's your personal best on tomato? Oh, that personal best. 2.34. Congratulations, Jim. That's awesome. All right, Paul and Aaron, you got a nice tomato up here. Is this your exhibition? Okay. 2.41, nice exhibition. What's your personal best? 5.23, which is dang near the Iowa state record. Okay. What former state record holder? Jacob? Let's see how big of a tomato we got here for you.
Often harvested fairly green.
2.49.
These ones are pretty bright red, a lot of them, but they're usually big ones.
Now tomatoes, if they are leaking or have soft spots that are bruised, those would be DQ. But leaking is definitely a DQ on a tomato. They got to come in nice and dry. All right, here's the big one by Paul and Aaron. You want a picture with this one? It should be a good size one. What do we got? 3.76 pounds. That's nearly a 4-pound tomato. Give them a hand. They took first place for giant tomato at Nowthen Heritage Festival at almost 4 pounds. Incredible. It is.
Those people that just one are this. They have, it's a whole thing.
Well, that siren means we're done with tomatoes. Pepper. Can you believe that? Who grew that? Okay. Out of South Dakota. All right. Daughter-in-law, is her name Kay? Kay? What's your state record out there? All right, it's new state record pepper right there, folks. We got a new state record pepper. We'll keep in touch. So I do something else. I run a Facebook group called Garden of Giants. And on that Facebook group, I have started an initiative, a rewards and recognition initiative, which I am going to keep track, chronicle, and reward every single state record, province record, and country record worldwide. And we got to have baselines because a lot of places don't keep track of these records. So South Dakota now has a .89 state record pepper, and what that means is that now, going forward, people are going to have the opportunity to try to beat that state record. And when they do, they get a certificate from Garden of Giants. The certificate will look much like a Guinness World Record certificate. It'll just say a state record. So keep in touch because I got to send out that state record to you. So all state records, province records, and country records going forward, from this year forward, are going to be recorded, registered, and I am going to send certificates out across the planet to keep the giant growing community involved. Because you may not be able to grow a 2,500 pound pumpkin, but you might be able to hit a state record in your state that you're in. Or a watermelon, or a tomato, or a butternut squash. All right, we're going to move along. We are going to go to the field pumpkins. What a lot of people call the smaller version of these giants, but they are two separate families. These giant field pumpkins these giant pumpkins that you see in front of you here are actually in the Cucurbit maxima family. The giant field pumpkins, which you see right over here, those are in the Cucurbit pepo family, so they cannot intercross, they can't breed, they can't pollinate each other. Separate families. The world record runs 268 pounds, which is quite impressive. But these ones, is obviously, I mentioned earlier, the world record giant pumpkin is 2,703 pounds. So A lot different. These are actually much closer to a squash. They have a soft stem, whereas the giant field pumpkins are your typical hard green stem. They're your jack-o'-lanterns that you carve up every year. All right, well let's start weighing some of these giant field pumpkins. Now they can be green. Green just means they have not matured yet, or obviously orange. We got quite a few here. Very happy everybody brought their pumpkin in. A garden of giants. Well, I don't know if I'm a big deal, but all right, they're going to figure out the order of all these giant field pumpkins. We'll start weighing them all up.
Seeds that we have, I don't know what all did you grow this year?
No, I had
better throw a couple on the ground and find out.
early and I already plucked it and it's sitting in front of my house.
Can't you plant them now?
Mine, hopefully it's not that way still. That'll get still. My watermelons are not
Don't pumpkins come back year after year sometimes? I feel like they do sometimes. Yeah, if you let them
All
rot
right,
in the
first
field.
giant field pumpkin,
That's
Susanna.
what I mean.
Come on down if you want a picture. Yours came in at
They
44
rot and the
pounds.
seeds just go into the soil.
It's quite a good sized field pumpkin. All right, she's off eating mini donuts. That's fine.
The sage and the oregano and thyme, those all survive.
All right. All right, we'll have the second one come up here.
That was delicious.
Audrey Thompson. You out here?
It's in the sugar.
No. Probably. All right, well, let's see, Audrey, what'd you get? 49 pounds. Very nice. Pushing towards that 50 level. All right. All right, this next one looks like mine. All misshapen and such. It was a bad year. That hail really messed up my awesome growing. All right, 51 pounds does put me into first place for the time being. Plenty of giant field pumpkins left. 51 pounds, I will take. I suppose Jerry's above me. I seen his big one earlier. I know Serene beat me. I'm just mumbling. Yeah, right. All right. Is this so this is Serene's 88 pounds. Boy, that's nice. Keeps going up. Let's see if we can get bigger. 88, and to give you an idea, we had a grower here a few years back that was very good at growing giant field pumpkins. In fact, he's probably has about 5 out of the top 10 in Minnesota. But he does have the state record. He lives up by St. Cloud. He doesn't really grow anymore, but his state record giant field pumpkin is 197 pounds. This one, however, came in at 77 pounds, and Becky. I've seen Becky somewhere. Hey, Becky, you want to come up and grab a picture? All right, come on up. That's a very nice sized field pumpkin. And I'm assuming it's your personal best, right? Yeah, so new personal best, 77 pounds, giant field pumpkin for Becky. Now remember, these things grow fast. A lot of times 35, 40 days from when they pollinate to when they're done. Very quick grow, and they are susceptible to splitting, just like I talked about earlier with the marrow. 77 pounds. Congratulations. Growing what, about 2 miles from here? Yeah, nice and close. All right. Matt is up with a 60-pound pumpkin. Want a picture? Nope. Okay. All right. Congrats, Matt. 60 pounds. You guys are getting your workout. Dang. Big congratulations for Alex, Nolan. They are, they don't have to go to the gym tonight. Pretty good. All right, 56 pounds for Olivia. Olivia, you want a picture? Olivia, picture? We'll get you a picture. Come on, I mean, how many times do you grow a 56-pound pumpkin? Yeah. Congratulations. All right. Oh, we got the winner of the most unique shape. Owen, come on down. You got yourself a 71-pound pumpkin. Very impressive. Great job. 71. All right, congrats, Owen. All right, next up, Christine. What's your personal best? All right, well, this will be your personal best. Or do you got two? Oh, do you? Okay. Well, for now, personal best is 34 pounds. Congratulations. Put a stem on that thing. Dang it. All right.
You know, another thing I've seen with field pumpers over the years.
Aaron. All right, Aaron. 49 pounds for Paul and Aaron. Pitcher. All right. 49 pounds. Congratulations. All right. Now here's a big one. Now you notice this one's green. That just means it's not quite mature yet. Probably would grow for another maybe 5 to 10 days. It's just turning orange. I typically like to go till they're 100% orange. Then you know you got the most out of them. All right, Cassie, 66 pounds. Very nice pumpkin. You want to come up and get a picture?
It's gonna orange out like ripened. By the time it's orange out, yeah, I like the green pumpkin. Take a picture. Be proud.
All right. Next up is Katie. First time growing a giant field pumpkin. Let's see what her new personal best is. 60 pounds. Congratulations. That's awesome. Good job. Here, you want a picture with me? All right. Oh yeah, we'll get the sign too. Or here, let's grab a picture before you get the sign and then we'll do that. All right, there's your sign.
Heavier than I thought. They didn't look that big. I thought it was going to be in the 40s.
All right, great first grow. Katie with a 60-pound giant
you
field
next year.
pumpkin. Congratulations. All right, next one up, Jess. We'll see how big this giant field pumpkin is. If you want a picture, come on up. 56 pounds. Wow. Came in just a little light.
I beat someone.
A little bit of a balloon there, right?
That's the only one you need to beat.
Great pumpkin nonetheless. Especially fighting those deer up there, right? All right. Joel, all the way from Iowa. Let's see what we got. 65 pounds. Want to grab a picture? All right. What's your personal best? 81. All right, got close. Got real close.
That's a gorgeous pumpkin. Stands up on its end. Nice ribbon.
Yeah, that's a nice one. When you can get them to stand like that, carve it up. All right, 65 pounds for Joel. All right, this is the big one. We'll see. Let's see. I think we got to be.
Got you, right?
This one must be Jerry's, huh? All right, come on down, Jerry. We'll see if it's over 70 pounds. Probably 60. Probably a balloon. Oh, nice job, Jerry. 95 pounds, almost a 100-pound pumpkin.
Really light.
And
Good
the
size.
winner for the giant pumpkin or giant field pumpkin goes to Jerry with a 95-pound pumpkin. Very good. Perfect looking pumpkin. All right. Well, we're getting through these. I think we're down to what, long gourds and sunflowers? Sound about right? And then we can get into the giant AGs.
I'm just blown away with the big winner. It's so much bigger than the rest of them.
I think I'm gonna get a lemonade. Do you want anything?
Looks a lot like my small one.
Pretty sure. Cheese curd, walking taco, mini donuts, bag of popcorn.
But I was blown away when I weighed that. I didn't think it was 100 pounds when I pulled it out of here.
What's crazy too is how the difference between that is the other one.
Well, I think I got them mixed up. I think the small orange one is Miss Lumpy, which means it's got higher green genetics. And then the other one, yeah, like that, we're up to this big, yeah. If it would have been Miss Lumpy, it would have been bright orange.
What do you think the spot is? What do you think the spot is?
Looks like some kind of rock. Honestly, I think it's a soft rock. So, well, it makes I don't know exactly what's causing it, and none at this point. I don't know if it's going to make it all in. It doesn't know what's progressed. First thing I did.
All right, we're gonna jump to long gourds. Remember how I said earlier, these ones are for measurement only.
They're not to the point of packing it up and
And this first one is from Rochelle.
I'm not going to
Come on down. Now, she did have one on her plant that was 120, we'll call it 120 plus inches. So remember, that's, what is that, 10 feet? 10 feet. It was 10 feet long, and then it got a soft tip, which in the GPC rules disqualifies it. So she couldn't even bring it. I mean, she could have brought it, but she didn't. Instead, she grew another one, and it got to 60 inches. Congratulations. Very good for, and this is your first time growing them, right? So 60 inches, a great baseline for an official, although she secretly knows that 120 is her true personal best and what she'll be going for next year. All right, the next one is Christine, and it is, you can bring it out here to show everybody. All right, the next one, Christine, come on down. This is your first year growing them. First longboard ever, and it came in at 102 inches. Is that correct? I'm pretty sure. $102 officially. All right, so this is what a longboard looks like, a bigger one. And you want your, yep. Do you want to stand it up next to you? Is that pretty cool to do? Yeah.
It gives you a better length.
Just make sure the tape holds. Great.
So you really get a sense
You know
of how
what?
long there when you stand them up on end.
I got it.
That one's got a little bit of curve here. Oh yeah, straight line.
Is it? All right, 100. We got over 100 inches. Jumping in that quick. All right, next one looks like mine. So that must mean 104? Pretty sure it's 104. 104? All right, 104. Let me get a picture. If you grow 100 or 100 inch stay in it, Alex. Hold that up for me, Alex. All right, 104. Not too bad. But I'm sure we got one bigger.
So we gotta walk the top up just to irritate you.
Paul and Aaron.
It has a really nice large head on it. So
It's starting to get warm up here, huh? Yeah. Should have worn my Caribbean pumpkin suit.
It's a little odd shaped, isn't it? You
I
can tell
know.
the people that are just coming for
All right, this one came in at 114 inches, the first place for Nowthen Heritage Festival, longest long gourd. 114 inches. That is incredible. Almost a 10-foot gourd. Now, a lot of people come up to me and they think these are green beans. And I usually just oblige them and say, yeah, they're from Jack's bean seed collection. And, you know, they go with it for a little while, and then I tell them the truth. They do look like big green beans, but they are just gourds. You can't, what's cool about the gourds, both the bushel gourd and the long gourd, is you can dry them out. And you have a nice, you know, hard gourd after you dry them out that you can decorate, you can paint, you can use, a lot of them are used in art. The bushel gourd itself got its name because back in Africa where they were originally growing, they would grow them, dry them out, and then they would hold roughly a bushel of grain. So that's how they got their name, the bushel gourd. All right, I think we're down to giant flowers, sunflowers. Now, the sunflowers are a little different. Like I said, they're not a GPC approved fruit or recognized fruit, I should say. We do sunflowers in two different ways for competition. We do how tall can we grow a sunflower, and then we also do another competition for how big of a sunflower head we can grow. So the first ones we're going to start with here are going to be wide head sunflowers. So how big the sunflower head was. And we'll start here with, let's throw that down. This one here, let's see, SW3. Well, let's go with number 2 first. All right, this one's number 2. So, Broden, are you here? Yeah, no? Must be grabbing donuts too. All right, well, bring some back for me. All right, but anyways, so with wide heads, we do a little bit different measurement. This is gonna be the standardization. So for every state, province, and country, the way we're gonna measure these going forward, there's a bunch of methods that different way-offs measure, but the way we're going to do it is we're gonna measure from the start of the seed across the middle of the head. That's one measurement, kind of like the OTT, we're several measurements. The second measurement is we're gonna do a circumference measurement. So what we're trying to accomplish with a two-way measurement is we want to get the volume of the head across and circumference. We add those together, and that score for this one comes in at 52.5 inches. So quite an impressive head. And S3 is that one right there. All right, the next. Oh, okay. If somebody's missing a phone, well, you probably have to unlock it. So if you're missing a phone, we got one up at the table here. Okay. All right. Number 3 here. All right, this one was grown by Anna. Anna, you want a picture with it? No? Okay, it came in at 56 inches combined score, so very, very impressive. Very nice sunflower. Looks like off of the sherbet. All right, and let's go to the next one here.
This morning, probably.
And that is
And how wealthy they are.
oh, right there. Is this from you guys too?
Festival, and I was walking
No?
through the little
We didn't get the name on this
or
one.
whatever, and I was
Somebody wants to claim a giant sunflower.
I'll take seeds on.
All right, well, we'll leave this, but it did come in at a fairly impressive 57.5 inches. So if you brought a monster sunflower head, definitely hit me up later. And then the big one, with a combined score of 67 inches, is grown by me. That monster right there. Can't even lift it up, it's so heavy. Let's throw this on the scale. Just see what it weighs. And the reason why I'm going to do that is there's a new Guinness record. If it's even close, I'll take the leaves off. Guinness record's about 14 pounds. All right, only 8 pounds. So quite impressive, the Guinness record at 14 pounds. This one was 8 pounds on the head, which is pretty good size. But that is wide heads. We're gonna wrap up now with the long or the tall sunflowers before we jump into the pumpkins.
Hey, hey, hey. Take it, right? Take it. Take it.
All right, we got a lot of tall sunflowers, which is awesome. Thanks so much for everybody growing them. Last year, I think we only had 2 or 3, so very, very awesome. All right, the first one is Anna, and it is, let's see, it came in at 128 3/4 inches. Very, very nice. 128 3/4 inches. Number 1. All right, next one coming in at 131 inches. All right, we got a whole pile here. Looks like Sue Schmidt grew 3, so we have a 131 inch, 132 3/4 inch, and the tall one is, let's take a peek here. 136 is the tallest on that one, so congratulations. A nice trio of tall sunflowers. Next one is mine. That came in at 133 inches. That one right there, beautiful. Now I do actually hold the state record for tall sunflower at 20 feet 3 inches. So if you can imagine, this one's probably running about 136,
I don't have
a
a
little
place I
over
could
10
grow a
feet.
20-foot sunflower
So
without the
add
wind
about
just
9
taking
feet onto that.
You know?
All right, and
Yeah.
number 9.
That's what I mean, though. But like when you get to 20 feet, like even if you had a 14-foot
This one was grown by
house, you know, you got-
James. Came in at 143.5 inches. 143.5. They are getting taller.
And the wind
Look at that.
got a hold of it.
That's awesome. All right,
You know, the key really is, I feel like
number 8 is
I don't
next.
have a lot of experience growing super tall ones, but you notice how,
And that is
depending on the
Dan.
nutrients and the water that you give it, how thick the stalk gets.
Dan's
The
getting
thicker the stalk, the
volunteers
better,
out here.
because then it will
Volunteers.
support itself. You know,
Growing
you
you
got a skinny
tall
stalk.
ones? Do you want a picture with
His
this
stalk
one?
on
No?
this,
Okay.
I can put
It
both
came
my
in at
hands around
an
it like that.
incredible
His stalk is like that.
151 3/4
It's so
inches.
bad.
That is awesome.
I bet it's one of those that you could, you know, you
Over
could like bear hug and
150
stick, you know,
inches.
it could hold your
Well,
weight.
we have even taller, growing right here in Nowthen by Dominic, number 5. This one comes in at 153 3/4 inches. Dominic, do you want your picture? Are you here? Are you eating donuts too? All right. Oh, but Dominic shows himself up with a 154, number 4. Very nice. 154 inches. Look at that. Starting to grow light poles here. All right. And oops. Gonna lose all the records.
That
here.
one in a grow bag. Did you see that?
All right, and the biggest, or I should say tallest, Paul and Aaron, come on down. Look at this, guys. Almost 200 inches, 198 inches tall. That is absolutely incredible. We'll hold it up, we'll get a picture. This thing is as close as you're gonna get to a light pole. What's the feet measurement on that? What would 198 be? Any math whizzes out there? 198. All right, almost 16 feet to give you guys an idea. Makes Jake look small.
That's tall.
really thin stem. So like you know that was supported by a trellis or a house or something. There's no way it was supported on wood.
We gotta have it next to Travis's, just to show how much taller it is.
Travis is not as tall, but it's like a tree trunk.
Can't even do it that way.
Yeah, look at this sunflower.
Very, very nice. 198 inches. Survived all those Iowa storms. Man, how'd that happen?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird. It's like a
Yeah.
double.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah, it's, you have to support them when they get that tall. They just can't, that's crazy. That's a tall sunflower. Very, very nice. Oh, is it? Oh, and it was growing off of my 20-foot 3-inch seed. That's awesome. Now that has to be a state record, right? All right. Well, it's going to be a.
It's taller than
You,
no.
did you? Okay.
Kind of by the flag.
We'll do up the math and see exactly how.
It's taller than
All right. We'll figure it out. 17.4 is the state. They got a little over 16. That's very, very impressive. Okay, now that we have all the small giants done, we're gonna start weighing the big giants. So this is the fun part. As we get bigger and bigger, we're gonna start with the smallest, work our way up to the biggest, and see if we can't pull off some over 1,000-pound, maybe over 1,500-pound pumpkins, maybe even bigger than that. So we'll start that here in just a minute. Let's start with our first pumpkin grown by Becky. It's a little one, but it's still a pumpkin. 24 pounds. This thing is literally just 10 days old, so it's starting its journey. Remember, these pumpkins can grow extremely fast. Most of these are all between 60 and 80 days old. Even these real big ones, maybe upwards of 80, 90. So they grow very fast. So that gives you a good shot of what a 10-day-old pumpkin looks like. 24 pounds. Becky, I don't know if you're around here, if you want to come take a picture. Yeah, no, I know he's growing bigger, so probably not. All right, we'll go to the second one. Greg, you want to come take a picture?
Yeah, I got a bigger one going to
Bigger one going to Stillwater. All right. This is his little one out of the pack. So first one was Becky at 24 pounds. Second one is going to be Greg. What do you think it's going to be, Greg?
over 100.
Over 100. We're going for over 100. Let's see what we got. 106. Awesome job. Good deal.
Because we fought for the
All right.
loading it into the truck.
We got Greg at 106. And I think next is going to be Heather. We might need a tarp for that one. Don't drop Greg's, or else we'll be seed collecting right now. There's a tarp next to that bushel board.
I'm going to say 85 pounds.
All right. So this is Heather's pumpkin. She's diligently helping us out. She has the big orange bow in her hair. She's not paying attention to me, but that's fine. Heather's personal best is 273 pounds. She grows in a very little yard in the city, but she still does very well. We'll see if this gets anywhere near 273. If not, she does have a bigger one for Stillwater. All right, 88 pounds, just under 100. It is a pretty pumpkin though, very pretty. Good job, Heather. All right, let's get a picture.
She does though. I've seen the picture of the one spot. It's like a little tiny yard. So it's hard to get inside.
All right. All right, looks like Katie might be on deck if she's around here. Katie around here?
Lift her dress.
All right.
Yeah, crap.
All right, this is Katie's very first giant pumpkin that she's ever grown. All right. We'll see how much this one weighs. Yeah, Gus Gus, the little mouse. You may have seen it on Cinderella. Maybe got a little hungry there, wanted a little pumpkin pie before Thanksgiving. So a couple little bites. Darn Gus Gus. All right, what do we got for Katie? 245 pounds. First time ever growing a giant pumpkin. Congratulations, Katie. Great job.
Way heavier than
All right, ready? All right, on deck. Christine? Yep. And this is your first year growing, right?
No.
Yeah. So another personal best that will happen as soon as they get, oh, did you? 500 unofficial, that's real good. That's really good. Just, AG8. Peter. So her pumpkin's name is Peter. I don't know if it had a wife, we couldn't keep her, but Oh, Pete. It's named after Pete Casper. Some of you guys know him, especially the Iowa guys. It's from his seed, the 2424, right? The big one? 1477, all right, his pretty seed. So Pete Caspers is the state record holder for Iowa at 2,424 pounds. But he grew a smaller pumpkin, 1477, gave a seed to Christine, and she grew this beauty. Oh yeah. No, that's good, that's good. Learned a lot, that's what we always do. It's a successful season if you learn a lot. What do you think it weighs? 302. By tape? All right. Well, the scale never lies. So she's hoping for over 300 pounds. Let's see if she can pull off 300 pounds. What do we got? Oh, 306. Perfect. Excellent. Great job. Her first official giant pumpkin at 306 pounds. Yeah. You want the front or the back to show? The front? Okay. All right. All right, so a lot of people ask us, how do you grow a giant pumpkin? And what I always tell them is there is a bunch involved. It's not very hard, but there is a lot of execution. So once you learn the process, it's executing the technique that's really going to move you to the next level. But the first thing you can do, the first thing that's absolutely essential when you're growing a giant pumpkin is you need to have good soil. Good soil is an absolute must. These things don't grow this big without having food to feed it. So you gotta get good soil, and a lot of times people ask me, like, how do you even pick a spot? What do you look for? What do you look at? And what I always tell people, look for something in your yard that has a lot of sun. So as much sun as you can get through the entire day, 8, 10, 12 hours of sunlight, the more the better. You can't have too much sun. And then what I did, I remember when I first got into this, I was at the state fair, Minnesota State Fair, probably about 7 years ago. And I kind of looked and I thought, you know what? I looked at the state fair, I looked at all these giant pumpkins, I thought, why can't I grow a giant pumpkin? So I started doing some research, and the next summer I went out and I did just that. I looked in my yard, where would I get 8 to 10 hours of sunlight, and I found a spot. And I also looked at where my grass grew the thickest, the greenest, the tallest. In fact, it was a spot where I mowed every week because it grew so well. When my wife was on vacation one weekend, I went out there with the tiller and I turned it into one big garden. About 100 feet by 60 feet. I tilled up the yard. That way I had to mow less. And then that started my pumpkin journey. First year I did it, I got a little over 700 pounds. Second year jumped up to 1,434 pounds. So it was really cool to really dive into that. But remember, it goes back to good soil and having as much sun as possible. And the good soil, here's kind of big hint number one. If you you want to really, really give these giant pumpkins as much nutrients as you can, get your soil pH between 6.5 and 7. Now that's absolutely critical because if it's between that level, you basically open up everything in that soil to your giants. And what I mean by that is, think of it like this. Think of it, you're at an old country buffet, or Golden Corral, wherever you like going. And that entire buffet is open. And if the entire buffet is open to you, that is 6.5 to 7. Now, they come and they take some stuff. They take some of the good stuff away. Maybe they close down part of the buffet. That's like going below 6.5 or above 7. And when they start taking that away, the pumpkins can't get as big. They won't get as big, they won't grow as large because now you've cut off nutrients for them. So remember, when you're looking for a spot that's going to grow a lot of, or give you the best chance of growing a giant pumpkin, you need a spot that's lots of sun, good soil. You can use a soil test to figure out how good your soil is. And you want that pH between 6.5 and 7. Now, the soil test is really easy. All you got to do is dig up some soil from your garden. Now, I like to go 4 spots in my garden. I go 2 inches down, throw that soil away, take 4 more inches. Do that 4 or 5 times. Put it in a plastic baggie, mail it off to a lab. I like to use a lab down in Iowa called Waypoint Analytics. $25, they're going to tell you everything. All the macronutrients, micronutrients, the soil type, what your organic matter is, and it'll tell you your pH. And then you can then adjust according to what your pumpkin needs. So if you go on potassium, potassium is really important for really getting these things big. Or say you're low on calcium, another very important nutrient. So that's how we do it to really, really boost up the size of these pumpkins. The soil. Absolute big hint number 1. If you want good soil, and people always ask me, what do you put on your soil? One thing you can always put on your soil, no matter what type you have, because you're either going to have sand, you're going to have somewhere between sand and clay, or you're going to have clay. So it's one of those 3 types, clay, sand, or somewhere in between. Sand is very good drainage, but very, very poor nutrients. There's almost no nutrients in there. Whereas clay is a very, very nutrient-rich soil, but it does not drain very well. So you run into problems with water causing issues with your plants. If you're somewhere in between, you might be just lucky enough to get that perfect sandy loam, which is excellent drainage, but a lot of nutrients. And that really is one of the best soils to grow a giant pumpkin in. If you do have clay or you do have sand, both sides of the spectrum, the best way to amend your soil is to get compost. And compost can come in the form of either leaves, grass, or manure. Any of those 3 will do very, very well at getting your soil up to where it needs to get. That manure that goes into your soil is going to then start feeding all those billions and billions of microbes. And in fact, there's so much life in 1 tablespoon of soil that 1 tablespoon of soil holds the same number of microorganisms that there are people on planet Earth for every 1 tablespoon of soil. Absolutely incredible. So remember, those microbes, those microorganisms are down there with a specific job to break all that nutrients down and then feed it into the roots of the plants. So very, very important key and very important step to getting your pumpkin to grow big. So big hint number 1, soil. Work on your soil. When you get your soil tuned in, then you can go to the number 2 big hint, which we'll get to here in just a second. But let's weigh another pumpkin.
Who grew that pumpkin?
What was that?
The one that you just weighed. Who grew it?
That one was Kristen. She's out of Wisconsin. Oh, that was Travis's? Oh, well, okay. Well, while I was talking, because I talk too much, Travis Skinner, who's actually running the Bobcat. Thanks, Travis. He's running the Bobcat today. How many pounds was that? 386? All right, 386. That was growing in his backyard, and that was, I believe it was 150 square foot back, so he's trying to go in a very small spot. Now, Travis, for those of you that don't know, grew the largest pumpkin. So on deck will be Brad. And as we get his, and remember, we are going to be doing a Howard Bill Award later on in the show, and that is picked solely on the color of the pumpkin, the shape of the pumpkin, the size of the pumpkin, color being the main factor. Howard Bill is for pretty pumpkin, so think of pretty pumpkin. We'll get in a little bit, we'll get into who Howard Bill was. He's part of the history of these Atlantic giants. You know, a lot of people ask me how we pollinate these and how they keep getting bigger and bigger, and we actually don't let the bees touch them. Most of us pollinate them ourselves, and why we do that is because then we know where the genetics are from. So what we do is we find a female flower, preferably 8 to maybe 17 feet out on the vine, and we will, when we identify the one we want, and she is ready to open up the next morning, you can tell because the flower will turn just a hue of orange. But when she's ready to open up, we'll cover her up with a paper bag and a chip clip, and we'll make sure that the bees don't find her. And then we'll go and we'll figure out, do we want the pollen of the male flowers from the same plant, or do we want pollen from a different plant? And we'll go and we'll take those flowers, we'll bring them inside for the night so that the bees can't get to them. And then the next morning we'll go out there and we'll pull the petals off the flowers, and we'll actually pollinate the female flower. And by us doing the pollination, then we control 100% the genetics of these fruit. And what that does long term is keep getting bigger and oranger and rounder because we're controlling a lot of that. So. This next one here, Brad, where you at? There you are. Brad, I think you said your personal best is about 180? 676 is your personal best. We'll see what this one comes in at. What are you thinking? What are you hoping for? 650. And you said 676? So that'd be really close to his personal best. So hopefully this one comes in. We're hoping 650. We'll see what it lands at. All right, what do we got? 637, not too bad. Just a hair under his personal best. So another good pumpkin. Good deal. That was Brad. 637 pounds.
Get the rest of them.
Good deal. We got Chris on deck. I've seen him out there. Let's see. All right, Chris, get up here. Get up here with your beautiful pumpkin. What's your personal best? 1403 and a half. All right. Always gotta get that half in there. This one, I think this is off Ruby, right? 1461 Rotobach, right? 2069 Stumps. All right, so this is Chris's pumpkin. His personal best is up over 1,300, right? 1403. But this one is an awfully beautiful one. It was grown off of a pumpkin what is it, Pennsylvania, I think he grows in, no, West Virginia. And it was actually grown on a clone, which was pretty cool. But it came off of a 1,461 pound pumpkin, which has its roots in Minnesota, because that pumpkin was grown off of the Tiger King seed. And the Tiger King was a 2,350 pounder grown by the guy in the Bobcat. So kind of a cool interconnection to Minnesota with a very, very beautiful pumpkin.
No, you cannot go in there.
All right, he's just checking. We got to check to make sure there's no soft spots on it. Nothing on. Sometimes stuff hides underneath. You got to check it out. I think everything passed, right? Did you really? Oh my God. So yet another giant pumpkin with creatures living underneath. I looked at one last night for somebody that had a salamander under it. All right, what do you think it's gonna weigh, Chris? All right, we're going for 675. Yeah, get up here, get a picture. That's a beautiful pumpkin. All right, we want 675. What are you giving us? 716. Congratulations. Very nice pumpkin. Very nice pumpkin. 716. And look at that, almost nuclear red. That is off. Travis's own Tiger King was the lineage of that beautiful pumpkin. But it is off the 1461 Rotobah. Nice one, man.
What? She kept telling me it's broken. No.
All right, on deck is Jalen. So you guys notice this pumpkin here? Oh, it's kind of looks like a bit like a bird bath. Sometimes when these AGs, these Atlantic giant pumpkins grow, if you don't keep that stem and that flower end perfectly level, they can start to either roll over the front or dip down, backwards. If they dip down backwards, you'll get bird bath. So every time it rains, you got to scoop all that water out, and this one has done that. Sometimes it can make them heavier because you condense a lot of the growth into trying to support that. But typically you want it to grow a more uniform way where the flower end and the stem are perfectly parallel. All right, Jalen. Yeah. Is this first year growing a giant? First year growing a giant? Okay. Alright, so this is Jackson's very first year growing a giant, so whatever this is will be a new personal best. Yeah.
Well, then I can't hold that thing. Really, you monkey on my back? It's big.
It is a big one.
You have to hold it. I don't know. Maybe I can hold that thing.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed any these numbers we write on the pumpkins, but basically we do a three-way measurement, and what that does is it gives us kind of a guess as to how big the pumpkin will be.
We'll be back.
All right, what will Jack? Oh, what will this pumpkin come in at? Remember, Jackson's first pumpkin she's ever grown, first giant. What will it come in at? Let's see, 687 pounds. Very nice, congratulations. An absolute beauty, especially for a first time grower. Excellent.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can come out here. I didn't see you over there.
Oh, I found the board. Found the board, got it. Woo! Nice smile.
Come on down. So, Rochelle, this is your second pumpkin you've grown, right? And she weighed her first one last year right here at Nowthen Heritage Festival. And that one came in at 483. So she is definitely hoping for a personal best. Remember that seed I told you about, or the Maverick, the giant pumpkin, the biggest one growing in North America? She got a seed from that pumpkin, and that's what grew this one right here. So the seed that grew the largest pumpkin in North America is hopefully going to help her get to her new personal best. Anything over 483 would be sweet. What are you hoping it weighs? She would love to see 700 pounds, so hopefully we can see that. But remember, anything over, all right, 755, absolutely incredible, a brand new personal best, and the new leader for the Nowthen Heritage Festival. 755, brand new personal best, growing off of a Maverick seed. You can't get better than that, right, Travis?
Come on, Travis.
Yeah.
We're going to take a family photo with Jerry and Travis.
Did you get it?
Yeah. 6 more.
Keep taking. Keep taking the pictures, Katie.
All right. So Katie's pumpkin was from Jerry, and Rochelle's pumpkin was from Travis.
All right.
From their seeds. So as you can see, you get into the growing community and we start trading and sharing seeds around. And we all support and encourage each other to get bigger and better. 755, our new leader, at least for the time being. There looks to be some bigger pumpkins here. All right, we're moving ever so closer to 1,000 pounds. Will we see a half-ton pumpkin today? I think it's possible. So, while we switch pumpkins out here, big hit number 2, how to grow these giant pumpkins. Remember, big hit number 1 was soil. You need the best soil on earth. Big hit number 2 is you need the best seed on earth. Remember how I just talked about the pollination process? How we pollinate? We pollinate to make sure the genetics get bigger and better and brighter and oranger every single season. And how we do that is through the closed pollination. But that is big hint number 2. You need the best seeds in the world, the best genetics in the world. You could have the best soil in the entire world, and you plant just a seed you bought at Menards on their little seed kiosk that says giant pumpkin, and it's not going to do a thing. It might get 100, 200 pounds. It might even get 300 pounds. But if you want that chance at a half a ton, or you want that chance at a full ton for one pumpkin, then you need to get the best genetics in the world. And how do you get that? Well, most of these growers are pretty happy just sharing seeds with you. Also the clubs. In fact, we do it. Nowthen Heritage Festival runs a little seed auction. We will this winter. And that seed auction, we will take some of the best genetics in the world from all of these giants. Not just the pumpkins, but some of the best watermelon, some of the best giant field pumpkins, the best sunflowers, the best gourds. And we will put them up for auction to help fund this event. And then what that does is it allows everybody to have a chance to get some of the best genetics in the world. All right. Who do we have now? Is it Serene? Yes. Serene has a bigger pumpkin at home, but she brought a beauty here. Serene, what's your personal best? 1,200? 1,200 pounds, so a very, very nice one. What are you hoping this one weighs? All right, she wants to be the new leader. She wants 800. But I'm sure she'll take anything over 755 right now. But let's see if we can get her 800. 800 on a beautiful pumpkin would be absolutely ideal. We'll get it on strap there. We'll move it back. All right. What is Serene gonna get? Will it be over 800? Let's see. Oh, so close to 800. 799. When did you cut that? You should have cut it this morning. Huh? Oh my goodness, that's a close one. 799 pounds. Still the new leader, and still a very nice pumpkin. Very beautiful pumpkin.
Come on it!
$7.99. So close, but yet so far. Oh, well, like I said, Serene has a bigger pumpkin in the patch that is also very beautiful and is hoping to bring it. She won't tell anybody, but either Anoka or Stillwater, we'll see. We'll see where it ends up. Peggy, are you still here, Peggy? Yeah, there she is. Peggy's with her granddaughter, which is her littlest pumpkin. Hi, how are you? Do you like being the littlest pumpkin around? Yeah? You got bright blue eyes and chubby little cheeks and red hair. Oh, look at that. She's already a pumpkin. I like it. All right, so Peggy, last year was this year, is this your 4th year growing? 4th year growing? This will be her 2nd year here. And your last one was actually pretty good size, your last year. 1033, is that your personal best? Yep, and so she has hit that half-ton mark. Now this one is kind of the opposite of Serene's. Serene's was real pretty orange. This one is about as white as you can get and as bumpy and lumpy as you can get. And you know, these AGs, these Atlantic Giants, they really can grow in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and sometimes they look like Jabba the Hutt, and sometimes they look as perfect as Cinderella's carriage. And you just never know what they're going to look like. There's different factors. Some is genetics, some is environmental, rain, nutrients, all that. But this one's definitely a lumpy one. But sometimes that can make it weigh heavy. So we're hoping for that. What are you hoping it weighs? About 825, she's guessing. But she would love to see over 1,000. Wouldn't we all? See our first half-ton pumpkin of the day. Genetics was it Okay, so the female seed was Maverick, and it was pollinated with Toms. Okay, so this is another Maverick. So remember, this one here was a Maverick, and I think it might have went a little bigger. So we'll see if this next one. And when I say Maverick, for those of you that don't know, a lot of pumpkin growers will name their pumpkins. I mean, think about it. We start these seeds in April, and we deal with them all the way until September and October. A lot of times, 3-4 hours every day, in some cases. And so, you know, you start to name them because you got to be like, hey, how's it going? So Maverick was the North American record, 2,560 pounds, and this is an offspring from it. All right, Peggy, let's see 1,000. If not, at least 825. Let's see. All right, what do we got? 833. Hey, you guessed that almost spot on. Congratulations, 833 pounds. That's a nice one. Very nice one. As we inch first so closer to that half-ton mark.
Oh, maybe we can try.
So we got an official count on the pumpkins today. I had alluded earlier to the fact that besides Stillwater, because they're always the #1 spot to see giant pumpkins, but we now officially have hit the #2 spot in Minnesota. 25 pumpkins here. No other way off site has ever done that outside of Stillwater. So 25 pumpkins, incredible, right here in Nowthen, Minnesota. It's pretty cool. I appreciate it. All the growers that came out here, I absolutely appreciate it. All right, just to remember how I said we're GPC sanctioned, there's certain rules. So this next one here was planted as a giant squash seed, a giant green squash. In fact, a 2030 Quebec was the seed. Now, when I say 2030, that's the weight of the pumpkin the seed came from. So 2,030 pounds. And Quebec is the name of the last name of the grower. So 2030 Quebec, grown by Cindy Quebec out of Washington. And this was, her seed was an actual green squash. Much like, if you guys can see this one next to this tall sunflower here, much like that, except it was over 2,000 pounds. Well, because they're the exact same species as the giant pumpkins, Cucurbit maxima, the only thing that separates a squash from a pumpkin is a squash has to be 100% green. As you can see with this next one coming up, you see some cream, maybe even a little orange. That then would disqualify it as a squash and qualify it as a pumpkin. So for a giant squash, it must be 100% green or green-blue. If it has any orange or cream, it does disqualify it as a giant green squash, but totally perfectly legal as a pumpkin. So this will be weighed as a pumpkin. Kind of a cool color pumpkin if you're not totally into the orange. It has a neat character to it. And a lot of times these squash go a little heavy, so we'll see if you know, a lot of times when a person grows a pumpkin and they get some green in their pumpkin, not always, but a lot of times it tends to go heavy. So we'll see how much heavy this goes. This is Bob's or Robert. I don't know what you want to go by. Where are you, Bob? There you are. Bob, what is your personal best? Aren't you up around 30? Is it 12, 11? Got a big one for Stillwater, so not too worried about what this one weighs. What do you think it's going to weigh? All right, so we want at least 850, but man, if we could see 1,000. Oh, don't be pessimistic. All right, so we need at least 850. I think that'll get him into the current leader lead if he can hit 850. But, you know, these squash, they sometimes can go heavy, so we'll see. Like I mentioned earlier, how we kind of know, how does he know it's about 850 pounds? Because we do a three-way measurement. We measure around the circumference, we measure from flower end to the stem end, and then we measure side to side. We add those three up, and we look at a chart, and the chart says this pumpkin should weigh roughly 850 pounds. Now, obviously, the scale is the truth teller. The charts are just charts, they're just a guesstimation. Once this hits the scale, it'll tell us the truth, and we'll see if this is going to be an 850 pounder or if Bob's going to get a heavy. Look at that, 946. That thing went really nice and heavy. Congratulations, get up there, get a picture. That's a very, very nice, nice heavy to chart pumpkin. So that went almost 100 pounds over chart, which is exactly what we want to see. That means, and what that means when it goes heavy to chart, that just simply means that the rind on the inside is a lot thicker. So you never know if it's a thin rind or a thick rind. You know, these rinds could be 6 inches thick, they could be 14 inches thick. Obviously, the thicker that rind is, the more weight there is. And with our estimation, we then know that the pumpkin now will go down in the record books as heavy to chart. Congratulations, Bob. 946 pounds, new leader, and the closest we've gotten to a half of a ton. That'll be neat. We're coming up. I think we're going to hit a half ton here soon. So on a giant pumpkin, one of the spots that is most critical, that most people end up having issues with, is the blossom end. You see on this next pumpkin that's on deck, that blossom end's almost covered up where you can't even see it. Now that can get risky for a grower because if they can't see what's going on that blossom end, it could start to rot or even split. And if that happens, the pumpkin goes down. It becomes null and void. And then you lose everything you just put into that season. So one of the most critical areas on a giant pumpkin is the blossom end, and you should look at it every single day, kind of touch it, make sure it's nice and firm, no discoloration, obviously no rot. All right, on deck, Dan. Where you at, Dan? There you are. He took the drive down. You in Sturgeon Lake too? Yeah. Drove down from Sturgeon Lake, just off Lake Superior, southwest of Duluth. They're a little colder up there than we are down here. So it's always impressive when they can grow some bigger pumpkins. Dan, what's your personal best? 1194. So this one has a chance. Or did you pre-weigh? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What's the seed on this one? Okay. Maverick? Okay. So 1686, that has been known to go heavy to chart. So we'll see. Obviously, we want anything over 946 because that'll bump Bob out of first place. But we would love to crack 1,000, get to that half ton, and really start to up the game. How long have you been growing, Dan? 3? Second year. And you were here last year, right? Or did you not bring anything in? Okay. Must have been one of the millions of other warehouses I was at. Oh, it looks heavy. Oh, good. Okay. So this one was hailed. It's hail damage. It made it through. At 3 days old, it got hit. Well, you know, 3 days old is the way you do it. Talk to Travis. That's when you drop buckets on pumpkins. All right, so you're hoping for 1,000, but realistically taking close to 900, right? All right, well, like I said, at least 940, anything over 946 gets him into the leader spot. But we would love to see a half-ton pumpkin. That would be awesome. Yeah, stop it right now, freeze it. All right, we'll pull the harness off. So that harness you see lifting the pumpkins, that's a special harness just for lifting pumpkins. No other purpose for it on earth. All right, what are we gonna get, Dan? Are we gonna get over 1,000? Oh, look at that, the first half-ton pumpkin, 1,033 pounds. Absolutely incredible. Good deal. Second-year grower Dan out of Sturgeon Lake, Minnesota. Congratulations, Dan. Awesome. Yeah, it looked heavy. I had a feeling it was going to go 1,000.
Boy, those are some huge pumpkins.
You gotta keep that trio going. Pass it from
right, David, come on down. Oh, you're right behind me. Your personal best is 1,080. Oh, 184. That's right. That's right. And you waited here last year. So, second year grower? Third. Okay. Third year grower. Remember last year, he brought a pumpkin here. It weighed 184 pounds. You think he has a new personal best coming? I think so. I think this one's gonna blow that 184 away. What are you thinking it weighs? Or what are you hoping? 1,000? Okay, so we want 1,000. Okay, 950. So we'll see. Now obviously we need over 1,033 to get to a new leader, but that other one went so heavy. They're checking it, make sure nothing's under there, looking good. All right, let's see if we can't get our second 1,000-pound pumpkin of the day. That'd be incredible, wouldn't it? That would always makes a great growing season when you can hit certain goals. Yeah, that happened about 20 days in, 30 days in. All right, so to get a personal best, all we need is over 184, but we want to see 1,000 pounds or more out of this one. That would be ideal. But nonetheless, gonna be absolutely happy when these guys step off the scale. And total is 965. Congratulations, destroyed his personal best, which happened last year at just 184 pounds. 965. And go ahead, get in there and take a picture. Excellent. Look at that, the jazz music just for you. On blowing away your new personal best. Congratulations.
Good job, Dave. Good job.
And a local grower, what do you grow? A couple miles from here? 3 miles straight north, so you can't get more local than that. Good job. That's awesome. All right, we have another Dave coming up, or David. Let's see, where are you at?
We head back to Chad's.
David Richards. I know you're around here, so, oh, there you are. Oh, there you are. All right, you're on deck, and you also have potential to hit a new personal best, right? All right. How many years have you done? 3 years. All right, and your personal best is 690. So we're going for at least over 690, but we all know what you really want. Over 1,000. That's the thing right now. And Dave grew this beauty that's going to be coming up here right in downtown Nowthen. I mean, you can't get more downtown than Dave lives. He has just this. So I got the opportunity to go over there and help him pick his pumpkin, and I think he told me it was his garden's 20 feet wide, 30 feet long, and it's literally surrounded by trees. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I would go cut every tree down. The problem is they're all in neighbors' yards, so get in trouble doing that. But this is a very beautiful pumpkin. It's off of a grub seed. I think the 604, 694 grubs. Dustin Grubbs, he grows some really pretty pumpkins down, I believe, in Nebraska. Isn't it? What was your personal best again? 690. All right, so 690 is what we need to beat for personal best. Hoping for 1,000. If he wants to be the new leader, he needs 1,033 pounds. And look at how pretty that pumpkin is. We're going to be doing the Howard Dill later. That's the award for prettiest pumpkin. And that might be a contender. We'll see. All right, we'll get the harness off, maybe. Shake it off, just like Taylor says. All right, we need over 690, and we got 894. All right, very nice pumpkin, almost 900 pounds, and a real beauty. Very nice pumpkin. Take it, you should take it a little bit tilted so you get that. It's a little bit tough to do, and the current world record for that is 1,342 pounds. So you can grow some big ones in small areas, but I'm telling you, this one has a chance to do pretty good. It's a good sized pumpkin. Obviously, you would hope for it to go new world record, but what are you thinking? Okay, so as long as we get 1,000 pounds, that's kind of the goal he set out for this year. Obviously, we would love to see it heavier than that. What's the seed on that one? Oh, that's a heavy seed. Wow, I didn't know they got that nice looking. That's a nice looking handy. Wow. So 1747, that can go heavy. What's your personal best? 1432. So Paul has grown up to 1,432 pounds. We'd like to see at least 1,000 out of this. 1,034 would be nice because I'd put you up at the spot. All right, we'll have them jump away, see what it comes in at. 1170. Boom! Jake guessed that like right on the nose. Oh man, that's awesome, Paul. Congratulations. New biggest pumpkin. 1,170 pounds, and that actually puts him in first place in the 150 square foot competition. The biggest one I believe so far is about 900. Now there are a few weeks left of weigh-offs to weigh pumpkins, but that should put him in a nice place for the 150 square foot. And I believe until the 1,342 pound record was attained last year, I believe the world record before that was 1170 or 1175. So he just did something that actually is quite amazing in the pumpkin world. Congratulations, Paul. 1,170 pounds. guys, we are down to the final 7 pumpkins. All these pumpkins, so we do from smallest to largest based on their measurements, their OTT value. Some are heavy, some are lighter. Right now, this last one went real heavy, but we have 7 pumpkins left. We're gonna slowly count them down to the big ones. We got some monsters here today. We're currently in the 1100s. Remember, if we get over 1283, that's a new site record, which we got last year. So anything over that is the biggest ever weighed right here in Nowthen, which I guarantee you some of these are going to hit that. All right. Oh, Jonathan, come on down. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, there you are. All right. And your personal best is 1546. So this is a little one, comparatively, of what you're used to. What do you think this one's going to weigh? Okay, so we're hoping over 1,000 on this one. What's the seed? Oh, so it could have some heavy in it. We'll see. All right, what do we got? Oh, 1,100 on the nose! Congratulations! That is a very nice pumpkin. I think it's safe to say we've officially gotten into that half ton, and we're going bigger. From here on out, we're going bigger. Half pound. All right, 1,100 pounds right on the nose. Congratulations, Jonathan. Real quick, how many years have you been growing, Jonathan? 5. 5 years. Congratulations, 1,100 pounds. It's a beauty. All right, real quick, while they're switching pumpkins out here, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of history on these giant pumpkins. I know you're dying for a history lesson yet. So, in 1900, there was a World Fair in Paris, and William Warnock brought his pumpkin. Actually, he had it shipped out to Paris. And they shipped it out there, and it came in at 400 pounds. A 400-pound pumpkin in the year 1900 was the world record. It was a shock and awe to everybody. No one had ever seen a pumpkin at 400 pounds. And then what I like to call the dark ages of pumpkins happened. The next 80 years, not much happened. And then from William Warnock out of Ontario, Canada, to Howard Dill out of Nova Scotia, Canada, in 1980, Howard Dill brought a pumpkin in, and I think it came in about 450 pounds, and that was a new world record. So they went 80 years, and they only moved the bar up 50 pounds. But Howard Dill did something quite dramatic. He decided to share his seeds and share his techniques of what he learned to grow that big pumpkin. And because he did that, it started a process that absolutely revolutionized the giant pumpkin growing. And what it did was, it caused the world record from 1980, most of you guys can remember that was only 43 years ago, to our very first half-ton pumpkin. So we're seeing 1,100 pounders here. The first 1,000 pound pumpkin on this earth happened in 1996. Most of you guys can remember that. Maybe some of you young ones can. The first 1,500 pound pumpkin happened in 2006. So it took 10 years to go from 1,000 pounds to 1,500 pounds. And then it just took 6 more years to 2012 to grow the first 2,000 pound pumpkin. And now, 2012, that wasn't that long ago. I know all of you can remember 2012, unless you're a baby. So in 2021, a farmer in Italy brought in a pumpkin that came in at 2,703 pounds. which is the new and the current world record. Why I say this is because in 43 years, we went from 453 pounds to 2,703 pounds, whereas the 80 years before, they only went up about 53 pounds. And that's because the growers nowadays, we share seeds, we share knowledge, we share the proper techniques. All right, Joel, drove all the way here from Iowa. It's a very nice pumpkin you got there. What's your personal best? 789. So we got a potential to get a new personal best. A very good potential. Oh, this is exciting. All right, what seed is this? Okay, so he took the seed from the state record in Iowa, which was the 2,424 pound pumpkin, grown by Pete Caspers in Iowa, the state record down there. He took that, and now he has a chance to get a brand new personal best. What are you hoping it weighs? It's 12. Let's go for 12. Let's go for 12. Yep. All right, let's 1198. Oh, that is so close to 1200. A new personal best. Congratulations on getting up over that half-ton mark. 1198. Jump up there and grab some pictures. That is incredible. How long have you been growing?
2015.
Since 2015. So that is, let's do my math quick. Is that 8 years?
I think so.
8 years. Gets a brand new personal best right here in Nowthen. All right. 1198. Absolutely fabulous. Congratulations. Worth the drive up from Iowa. All right, and that brings us down to our top 5 pumpkins. So we are going to get to some big ones here. Hopefully, I would love to see our new site record. Remember, site record is 1283. So if we beat that, that means the biggest one ever weighed at the Nowthen Heritage Festival. And I'd really love to see a 1,500 pound pumpkin. 3/4 of a ton. That would be absolutely incredible. We've had some really nice ones today. Again, 25 of these Atlantic Giants showed up here today. 25 growers from around the Midwest putting their blood, sweat, and tears into these things. All right, this next grower, speaking of the upper Midwest, comes all the way from South Dakota. And his name is Ryan. Ryan, where at in South Dakota are you? Are you just over the border? Watertown, South Dakota. All right. How long was that drive? About 4-hour drive. Not too bad. He certainly brought us a beautiful pumpkin and a big one. Kind of looks like a monster, right? Kind of ready to bite someone. I'm sure a carver would love that. Hey, Ryan, how long have you been growing giant? 22 years? 24 years. Ryan has been growing giant pumpkins. What is your personal best? 1,438.5 pounds. So when he started growing, the world record was 1,000 pounds. Now your personal best is over that. So what'd you say your personal best is? 1438.5. I say 1439 personally. Let's do it. Let's go real heavy. What's the seed on that one? Oh, okay. So off of a state record seed. That is always a good thing. Okay. A little tribute to him. Yeah. So the grower that got the state record unfortunately passed away. So a bit of a tribute to growing a pumpkin for the South Dakota state record holder. So hopefully we get a big one out of this. We'd love to see over 14. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And remember, the site record is 1,283 pounds. So if nothing else, I think we have a chance at beating that one. I don't know, I like those ribs. Those ribs make me think heavy. We'll see, we'll see. Just like in pumpkin growing, sometimes Mother Nature takes control. All right, we're gonna put this down. Ryan, all the way from Watertown, South Dakota. Let's see what he ends up getting. He's hoping, he'd love to see this over 1,400 pounds. That would be awesome. All right, let's do a little bit of a countdown. Ready? 3, 2, 1. What do we got? 14. Oh my gosh. That's almost a new personal best. Almost. Within a few pounds of a personal best. Absolutely incredible. 24-year-old grower. Or I should say, been growing for 24 years. He feels 24. He just almost grew a new personal best. Congratulations, Ryan, on a 14-14. Absolutely incredible. All right, number 5 checked off. 14-14. We have a new site record currently. New leader currently. Hopefully they just keep on getting bigger. You know, a big question a lot of people have is, what do we do with these pumpkins after we're done growing them? They are grown for competition. That's why we do it. But most of them end up as display items. So you'll find them displayed at Mall of America. The pumpkin, there's like a pumpkin nights at the Minnesota Zoo. A lot of pumpkins end up there. Casinos, hotels, they love them for their displays. A lot of people bring them home, display them right in their yard. I tell you, on the COVID year when there wasn't much going on, I put 3 of them out at the end of my driveway, and I got about every person in town taking selfies with my pumpkins at the end of the driveway, which is awesome. That's what they're here for, is to enjoy them. But most of them are display. Some people will donate them to a pumpkin drop. And speaking of that, we're going to try really hard, no guarantees, but we're going to try for next year to do a pumpkin drop, where we're going to lift up one of these 1,000-pound pumpkins 100 feet in the air and let it drop and see what happens. It's pretty cool. So we're going to try to make that work for next year. We'll see. Some people fill them with tannerite and blow them up. That's always interesting. But yeah, you can, I mean, it's your pumpkin. You can do whatever you want with it. There's a guy in North Dakota, he takes about a 40, 50-pound piece out of his pumpkin every year, and he cooks it up, makes a bunch of pumpkin pies out of it. You could never make one, you know, this would probably make about 12 to 1,500 pumpkin pies, but really, I mean, who has time to be in the kitchen that long? I mean, that'd be a week in there to make a few of them. All right, here comes another beauty, big beauty, which only means one thing. It could be Jerry's pumpkin. Now, Jerry was here last year for our inaugural year, and he won the Howard Dill Award. So last year, if you guys remember, he had about a 970 pounder, I believe it was. 920. And it was just big, beautiful, and orange, perfectly round. He won the prettiest pumpkin. Obviously, based on the color of that pumpkin, he's going for that for the second year in a row. Namely because I've upgraded this year. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a 6-foot trophy that will go to the winner of the prettiest pumpkin. All right, Jerry, how many years have you been growing now? Competition-wise? 4 years. And your personal best is 1439. So we have a chance of a personal best, huh? Maybe? Nick Light, what's the seed on this one? 2350. All right. This is a Tiger King seed. So the parent, the seed that this came out of was growing just north of here, and he dubbed it the Tiger King. It was a 2,350 pound pumpkin that Travis, who's running the Bobcat, thanks Travis, grew a couple years back. Jerry got a seed and grew this beauty off it. This one, the 2350 Ginger, is known to throw very beautiful pumpkins. This is no exception. What do you want it to weigh? 1,200. Let's see a 1,200. 1182, got really, really close. That's not a bad guess. And a very beautiful pumpkin. Congratulations. Get up, get a picture. Very pretty pumpkin. And an 1182.
What's that?
A lot of the pretty pumpkins have thinner rinds, so sometimes they can come in a little lighter. Sometimes the bigger, I don't want to say uglier pumpkins, but they are. They tend to come in a little heavier. They have the thicker rinds. You know, they need that thicker skin because they're not as pretty. Very, very nice pumpkin though. Incredible. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. All right, so in the name of suspense, we're going to take a little break. We're going to call it like a 15-minute break. We're going to line up the top 3 pumpkins, and then we're going to weigh them, have the final finale, see if we can't hit 1,500 or bigger. We might have some bigger ones here, but 15-minute break, and we'll so go get some food. Get ready for the grand finale. Quarters of a ton. Maybe we can even get upwards of a ton. Huh? That would be pretty awesome. All right. Oh. Darren, make your way up. Oh, right there. There we are. All right. And let's see. You've grown a couple years now, right? 13 years. First GPC sanctioned weigh off, and a little tidbit here. Took first place at the Minnesota State Fair this year with an 814.5 pound pumpkin, if I remember correctly. So first place Minnesota State Fair winner Give him a hand for that. That's a great accomplishment, getting a pumpkin that big, that early in the season. Now we're on to bigger and better things, right? What is your personal best? 1,181 pounds. So for him to get a brand new personal best, we need to beat 1,181 pounds. Are you feeling confident? All right, he's feeling confident. So we need to beat 1,181 pounds, getting him a brand new personal best and potentially current leader. We'll see. Right now, 14:14 is what is needed to get into third place or first place. Currently first place. What do you think? What is your hunch? Fifth? Oh boy, he wants to go big. We want, I should say he wants, but I want just as much as him, to see the first 3/4 of a ton pumpkin. That would be 1,500 pounds. If he could do that, he would get a new personal best and site record, current leader, and he did all that in how many years? 13 growing? 13 years of growing. All right, we'll lower it down. What seed is this one? Okay. Jacobus out of Wisconsin. 1727. 1727 Jacobus. All right, let's do a countdown. Let's see if we can get a new personal best. All right, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do we got? 13:34. Not too bad. That is a new personal best. And second place. Nice. That's really good. All right. All right, 13:34 puts him into currently second place at the Nowthen Heritage Festival. All right, we are seeing some big ones. Current leaders 14:14, and we're looking for our first 1,500 pound pumpkin.
What if one was right to the range?
All right. Down to our final two fruits. We got two monsters left. And this next one up here is Jim's fruit. Let's see, where's Jim? I just seen him. Maybe he's grabbing some mini donuts. He'll be up here shortly. Oh, there. He's helping. No wonder that's why I just seen him. All right, Jim is helping. That pumpkin is leaning. Looks heavy. I tell you, it looks really heavy. All right, Jim, a working interview here with you. How many years have you been growing? All right, about 12 to 13 years. What's your personal best? All right, so 1370 official. So if we can beat 1370 official, that would be a brand new personal best. And this one just looks incredibly heavy. Cantaloupe, as much as you can get. Let's make sure it's all strapped in well. Give an inspection to it, make sure it looks okay. This is a monster. So our second to last pumpkin by OTT. Over on the scales, see what we get. Will we have a new leader? New site record? Will we see our first 1,500-pound pumpkin of the day? Yeah, I'm thinking. Shout out to Garden Giants, everyone out there watching live stream. Hopefully everybody at Way Offs today have had incredible success. I feel for you East Coasters. You guys are dealing with some weather down there. We got some of our own coming in here shortly. So we're going to hurry up and get through these last couple and get some awards out to people. All right. Let's do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull it. 1,805 pounds. That is absolutely incredible. A brand new personal best, brand new site record. Incredible. Wow. That thing went heavy. Heavy. It looked heavy though. Congratulations, Jim. Absolutely incredible. 1,805 pounds. That is that is incredible. A nearly 1 ton pumpkin. A nearly 1 ton pumpkin. Yeah, that is. All right, Serene has given me some late breaking news out of the state of Virginia. Yes, they're dealing with a tropical storm, but more importantly, a brand new world record butternut squash was just weighed moments ago at 131.5 pounds, I believe. Right, Serene? 131.5 for the butternut squash. new world record? She agrees. 131.5. The new world record butternut squash, grown by Jason Loris out of Virginia. So, an incredible grow. Thinking that just a couple years ago I grew one to 55. That was a world record. Awesome. All right, and then we come down to the last one. One left, one monster. The final pumpkin, a monster. We'll set it up. We are currently sitting at 1,805 pounds. That is the leader. It is also a new site record. And for Jim, a new personal best. But there's one pumpkin standing in his way, and that's Jake's pumpkin. Jake is out of Benson, Minnesota. He has a couple really nice ones. He does, truth be told, he has a bigger one for Stillwater that's still growing. So you know, if he can, I know what he wants. He wants 1806 or better. Obviously, it is a big one. That is a nice sized pumpkin. I mean, legit. Cinderella could legit ride around in this. This is big enough for Cinderella to ride in. We got nice cantalouping. So all the little gray you see, all that cantalouping, that just means that late in the season it grew and it scarred over. It grew, it scarred over. That just, more times than not, that leads to heavy, but not always, not always. All right, so we want 1850. That would be nice, but 1806 is the absolute minimum, right? Right? 1806 or better. 1850 would be nice. And you're saying that'd be about 10% heavy? All right. What seed is this one off of? All right, 1707 Caspers. You hear that, Pete? I know you're cheering for it to be heavy. And And you know what? They've been going heavy, so hopefully that trend continues. Very nice pumpkin though. I love the shape. Very good shape. Very nice color to it for being a really big pumpkin. Got very nice cantalouping around. Heck, it almost looks like every ridge cantaloupe really nicely. All right, guys, this could be the first 1 ton pumpkin of the day, but we want at least 1,806. Jim's secretly over there like, 1804 would be better. It's all good camaraderie, all good competition. We'll take a peek at it. It looks good underneath, guys. All right. Let's get it on there. Let's see what the biggest pumpkin at the Nowthen Heritage Festival 2023. We'll see what it weighs once we get it onto the scale here. All right, once we get it moved back, we're going to do a countdown. We'll count from 5. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do we got? 1743. Good job, Jake. It went right about what it taked. A real nice size pumpkin, really nice size.
All right, sounds good. Where are you guys?
Congratulations, 1743. And that means Jim is our winner for the Nowthen Heritage Festival at 1805. All right, thanks everybody for watching live. Have a great day. We'll catch you all later.